Previously on the road to glory. Look how hot our engine is running. What have our engineers been doing over the winter? Hello and welcome back to our F1 Road to Glory in 2021. Yes, I can confirm the car is still a little bit on fire. We do have the fire extinguisher on hand for when it just spontaneously combusts by someone looking at it at the wrong angle. But fire disasters aside, we're here for round number 3 today, the Monaco Grand Prix. The Monaco round 3. Look, we were through this last episode. Let's just walk past it. Let's just go past it. But Monaco, I think we should be glad this is coming up early for us, because in the Road to Glory history, this is always a perfect track for miracles to happen. You know, chaos is always around the corner around here. The walls are closed. There's usually a safety car. There's usually some mayhem in the pit lane and strategy. And it means that maybe, just maybe, we could actually resemble somewhat of a competitive Formula 1 team today.
No.
or not, you know, our car could blow up again and have an engine failure as it did in round 1. Again, the fire issue could come a cropper. The FI haven't, penalised us for some random reason yet. We haven't been caught up in a safety car issue. It hasn't screwed us over yet. Pit stop, whoa, we haven't had that. We've had a very quick pit stop so far, so that's surely overdue. What else? I mean, their engineer could be falling asleep at the desk, so we won't have a proper... Actually, hang on, we never have a proper strategy. But yes, many things could go wrong for us today if we really deep it. But if you worry too much about that, we just get a bit too anxious. We need to sort of just forget about that and just aimlessly go off in the distance with some very naive confidence at Monaco. So with that, let's cut to qualifying. One-shot qualifying around Monaco. Massive pressure here. I mean, already is to try and get the lap in. The most important qualifying session of the entire season, of course, as this will really determine our entire race. And so far, looking okay, losing a bit of time as we climb the hill, but we have actually received a bit of an engine upgrade here in game to try and match the real life performance a bit more, so hopefully we can go a little bit better maybe than we did in the first 2 episodes, but not really helped by the massive lockup on the right front. And you can't have an upgrade on poor driving, can you? Into Raskas, though, we're in P6. We've actually caught up a bit more time in Sector 2. Big lockup, though. We're down to P10 as we try and wrestle this car through the last corner. We regain up into P6 as a run to the line. DRS open, but on the line, we lose 2 positions right at the end of the straight. And so in classic Ferrari fashion, where have these engine upgrades gone? Are we sure that engine upgrade came in? Like they actually installed, they did install it. What exactly did they do?
It's the...
He doesn't know anything.
What colour is it, James?
So that was a bit frustrating qualifying. Just lost a bit of time just as we got to the line there. 2 positions. Leclerc qualified down the order outside the top 10. So it may be a difficult one for the team. So I scrap all the miracle talk. This may be just another tough Grand Prix for us. So let's see, though. Anything could and probably will happen. I mean, I'm not surprised in a way that our so-called upgrades have actually made us go backwards a little bit there. That would be quite classic for the team. But have a little bit of faith. Maybe just in the race it'll be a different story and heavier fuel. But it is a one-stop, of course, being Monaco, a 25% race. Pretty simple. So we really do need to be praying to the F1 gods. And we need to hope that the other teams are feeling very charitable today. Get the real, puppy eyes out, the quivering bottom lip, and just really hope in their hearts that they can see that we are a team in need. A need of points. Because otherwise, I'm going to lose my sanity. Here we go then for the Monaco Grand Prix. Round number 3. Yes, 3, correct. As we go to 5 red lights. Here in the Principality, red lights are out and we're underway. And it's actually a good getaway there versus Gasly and AlphaTauri on the right. Vettel round the outside in the Aston Martin and Sergio Perez in the lead. Then Max Verstappen on pole position. It was on Saturday. We didn't forget to mention there. But ahead of us is teammate Perez having a massive scrap with Vettel. They make some contact. They make some more contact. Vettel and Perez. It's all getting a bit personal. Vettel obviously replaced Perez at the team that used to be called Racing Point. Perez in the new outfit. And those two, though, they're having a ding-dong battle. This is actually exceptional. Perez round the outside the hairpin. We have a little look at Vettel, but can't quite make it. Yellow flags behind us. There's a bit of a scuffle with some of the lower cars, but now we are on the back of Sebastian Vettel. Perez has dropped him already, and he's looking a bit vulnerable, Wasn't too quick himself at the real-life Bahrain Grand Prix, Sebastian, in the game. a little bit quicker, fortunately for him, but can we try and make a move now? Sizing up, but not able to use that much ERS, as you can clearly see on lap number 3 there. So, we started again on him, but the ERS is draining so quickly. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if there was some sort of electrical leak somewhere on the car, because it really is draining very, very quickly. Not used to it these days with our other proper My Team career mode where the ERS upgrades are on at such a high level where you don't need to even worry about the battery deployment. You can see there's some pace in this car. We're hustling and harrying Vettel, but as we get into the end of lap number 3, still unable to make anything work in the first 2 sectors. Can we maybe make the infamous Raskas dive bomb as we hop the curb a little bit very nicely and dive down the inside, and oh, we nearly maybe crash with Vettel. We do make some contact with him, but it was sidewall tyre to sidewall tyre there, and quite amazingly, no damage done, and we're up into P6 with that classic dive bomb checked off our list, and behind, oh no, there's a big crash, and Yuki Tsunoda has been taken out by Lance Stroll, and Mick Schumacher's coming through for some overtakes, and oh, he's been taken out by a ghost. Anything really can and will happen in Road to Glory. Mick Schumacher has been taken out by thin air there in the last corner. But Yuki Tsunoda, he was battling with Lance Stroll, I think, for most of that previous lap. But he was taken out in vicious fashion at the end there. What a big shame. This is a replay. Let's see what went on there. Leclerc was in the middle of that as well. And oh! It was a massive tank slapper for Lance Stroll, and Tsunoda gets down the inside of the Monaco tunnel, really showing off some big confidence here in the cockpit of that AlphaTauri of his. Down the inside, those two banging tyres, really getting the elbows out. A classic battle that's turning out to be in Monaco. And oh my word, Tsunoda keeps around the outside, side by side through swimming pool. This is actually epic. This was amazing. This was a mega battle. It's sad it ended in a crash, it would seem, at Raskas. Tsunoda on the inside, Stroll the long way around. Tsunoda's got it, but Stroll with the big dive around the outside. And oh no, it looks like Tsunoda actually made a mistake, maybe, my bad, on the lockup there, and maybe just kind of pushed both him and Stroll into the wall. So the rookie did so well, and well, there you can see Mick Schumacher just got taken out by nothing, really. He got taken out by a car ghosting. So don't ever come to me saying Road to Glory isn't a realistic series. But Leclerc and Fernando Alonso, I think there's, or Ocon maybe, got held up in that. And also the McLarens, I believe Norris actually got a penalty for overtaking some of those ghosted cars. And so chaos here, and the full course safety car is out with this. So this will mean a free pit stop for a few people here. We're going to be one of them because we're high up off the order where obviously we're ahead of Leclerc. So there's not going to be any double stack for us. So that's going to be very good news as we come through in towards the pit lane. That number 4. So a little bit early for the first pit stop because of the 2 laps of safety car. We can afford to come in this early. And here we go then. And look at that. Hamilton being held up, an absolute treat there by Valtteri Bottas. And we've actually managed to also jump the Alpine of Fernando Alonso. And also another car maybe there as well of Sebastian Vettel. Yeah, obviously the Aston Martin, we overtook him, but we're going to make sure we stay ahead of him. But we're ahead of Alonso and Hamilton for sure. And there goes Ocon with a penalty, and also Norris on the top left, you can see, has a penalty. So both of them have pens. No penalty for Ricciardo. We come out just ahead of Lando Norris up into P7, and so that's not bad. Having made a pit stop, we're in P7, so we're only going to go higher than this. So this may just be the miracle, and our prayers have been answered here at Monaco. I mean, if this really goes on to be a great one, I might have to convert. I'm not religious, but I might need to convert to the religion of Ferrari asking for charity. Yes, yeah, that sounds like a real thing. We might need to convert after this. I might need to actually go to. Is there a church? Would there be a church in this religion of ours? I don't maybe it's like a garage at Maranello we go to on Sunday where we pray and don't develop our car. But we're now ready for the restart, and actually you might have noticed Ricciardo actually got overtaken by Perez underneath the safety car because Ricciardo lost the back end in the same place where Stroll did. I don't know what's going on with the AI today with that and the rear end twitching, but yeah, he just lost the place under a safety car. I didn't know that was a thing. Clearly the FIA once again playing by a different set of rules for other teams, but we won't mention that. So here we come now through the last bend, it's not been a cracking getaway there. You saw the tyres were very cold, didn't do enough to really warm them up as we maybe did in the previous rounds, but I think Ricciardo is susceptible maybe to an overtake at some point. He does look a bit slow here and there in some of the corners. He's pretty good in sector 1 here as we climb the hill, trying to save some ERS, of course, for later on in this race. Still got a long way to go. 13 laps, you know, it's still early days, and that's a long way to go on the medium tyres, especially if the tyre wear kicks in at the end. We've seen it so far in this series, you know, be a big factor here. But Ricciardo very slow at the hairpin, and so slow that we're actually going to try and make a move to the inside of the hairpin for the next right-hander, and somehow we've started an overtake at the hairpin at Monaco, the slowest corner in Formula 1, and we've actually made a pass. We're up into P6. Actually, hang on, that makes complete sense how we've made a pass at the slowest corner in Formula 1, i.e. the corner that needs the least amount of actual performance to make a pass, and it's really just all about the car placement when you think about it. Our teammate Leclerc into the pits, as well as Esteban Ocon there in the Alpine car, I believe, so we're going to get up 2 more positions, I think, up into P4 then. And looking very good. I mean, the podium is just there. Sergio Perez closing up on Valtteri Bottas. Verstappen leads the way, of course. Hamilton pushed down the order of that double stack he did, so he's behind us, and in fact behind Rick Bobby and Fernando Alonso. But we're actually gaining on Sergio Perez here as he closes up to Bottas, maybe giving some dirty air. So is there an outside chance of maybe a podium? I doubt it, to be honest, because of the performance levels of the Red Bull and Merc versus Ferrari. But we're getting very, very close. But the thing is, it's so hard to overtake in Monaco. But here we are then, lap number 8. We've got 12 laps to go in this Grand Prix, all going to the end. Let's see what we can do in this next stint. Yes, that's correct. Absolutely nothing. Lap number 13, and we're still just looking at the back of Sergio Perez. Bottas has actually sped up and pulled away, but we're just unable to make anything work with Checo here. It's very hard to overtake Monaco, and it's even harder when your engine is still overheating a bit. Not as bad as Spain, I might add. They're just a little bit yellow on the bottom right, but you can also see our ERS is like down to 6%, even though we're not using any. I'm not deploying overtake mode whatsoever. So I'm actually convinced this car has some sort of electrical leak because the ERS has been so poor in this race, and we're just looking at the back of Sergio Perez's rear wing. I've got the word Honda ingrained into my mind. I've looked at it so much. And so at this stage, we're kind of looking for another sort of miracle to happen from the F1 gods, and it may just happen there as Sergio Perez loses the back end in the same place that Stroll lost it previously, as well as Ricciardo. What is up with that corner? I think that may be another glitch from the get. Yet again, another glitch we've found in this game. How many months on? But no, we'll call it the F1 gods looking down upon us, and we're up into P3. We're in a podium position here at the moment. So now all we've got to do for the rest of this race is do what we can do best in the road to glory, and that's holding up faster cars that should definitely be overtaking us, but they won't because it's the F1 game. And here we are defending the inside line there at Mirabeau. Perez tries to get his nose around the outside. Really quite aggressive there from him, but we're able to hold it through. But we already lost a massive amount of time to Bottas, and also Fernando Alonso is already closing up to myself and Perez. So the parking the stadium memo is really out in full force here. And here we are, lap number 17 then. Only 3 laps to go in this race, and we're still holding P3. Verstappen P1, Bottas second place, still in yellow flags in sector 2, or what I think that is, and it's our teammate Leclerc with the engine failure. And so that's the other Ferrari out of this Grand Prix. We're the only one left in this one flying the flag, but it's a massive engine failure from Leclerc. And oh, yellow flag. Yeah, I think the safety car's out, and it is. And so for another time in this Road to Glory series, doesn't matter what season we do it in, our teammate is taking one for the team, DNFing himself in order to give us a safety car that will ensure us 3rd place. This is some 4D chess from Leclerc and Bottas. Oh my word, what? Bottas has just driven into the safety car. Bottas stricken on the road. He's in the middle of the track. Half his car's broken. And Bottas is out. And so with that DNF from Leclerc, the safety car is out. Bottas crashing. We're up into 2nd place somehow. And it's a safe 2nd place because the safety car will see us through to the end of the race, surely. This is really 4D chess strategy at its finest.
Sometimes my genius is... it's almost frightening.
So here we are then at the safety car restart. Verstappen leads the way still. We're in second place. We're getting rather close to his rear end because we've only just caught him actually for the safety car restart. And trying to have a look around the outside because do I dare even try and go for the race win? We've got one racing lap left. Green flag is going and we're underway for one final lap of the Monaco Grand Prix. Into turn one though on the exit. Massive tank slapper there. The rear end twitches and the tyre wear is very much there. So we're not gonna shoot for the stars. Let's just consolidate this because this is big. This is massive for our team as we come through with that massive ugly green screen on full show at the Monaco Grand Prix. Verstappen is going to win his first race of this season, but it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. No one cares about that one because we've just come through for a second place at the Monaco Grand Prix, driving as Carlos Sainz. That is unbelievable. Miracles do happen at the Monaco Grand Prix. What is it with this race and Road to Glory? Something always bonkers happens, and something always means that we luck into some positions. There we are, drinking that champagne. Because honestly, it may be a good while till we taste it once again. But there we are, Max Verstappen wins the race. We come home in second. Vettel got up into third because he ghosted his way through that chaos. Gasly as well. And it was actually Fernando Alonso and Sergio Perez. They got held up because their AI actually parked behind the safety car. Or parked behind Bottas, rather, sorry. Stricken on the circuit. So both Vettel, Gasly, and even Hamilton actually gained those positions for free with that chaos. And also the bottom end, Raikkonen and George Russell snuck into the points for 2 and 1 respectively for Alfa Romeo and Williams. Fantastic stuff from them. So in the Drivers' Championship, Verstappen closes the gap to Hamilton. So just like in real life, it may be Verstappen v Hamilton at the sharp end, Perez in third, Alonso and Vettel in lofty P4s and 5s. Very different in contrast to real life what we're seeing. But we're in P6 then as Sainz with 24 points to our name, and our teammate Leclerc with the DNF. I mean, we can't be upset at Leclerc because today he did a fantastic job to a T. What a teammate, what a lad for bringing out the safety car. Not only did it consolidate our podium, but the safety car, remember, took out Bottas, or Bottas took himself out in the safety car, and therefore that was actually directly because of Leclerc's DNF. So once again, it's a double move by Leclerc to force himself out in the Grand Prix. You gotta respect it. You gotta respect those things in a Road to Glory series. So guys, if you did enjoy this episode, then be sure to hit the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're new around here, then do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 content, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.